All right, I guess we'll call a meeting to order. It's 7:01. We stand for pledge allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, I guess we'll open it up with comments from the floor. All right. Closed comments at 7:03. So we review the minutes. Do a motion to approve the meeting minutes from the February 28th agenda meeting, be accepted as present or presented. Do you have a copy of those? Yes. So
Yeah.
moved. So Bob? Do you have a second?
I'll second it.
2 seconds.
Council members Edwards, Esposito,
Yes.
Drzezinski,
Yes.
Myers,
Yes.
Joyce.
Yes. Do I have a motion to approve the meeting minutes from the February 14th town board meeting be accepted as presented?
So moved. I'll second
Council members Edwards, the 14th, abstained, okay. Esposito,
it. Yes.
Drzezinski,
Yes.
Myers,
Yes.
Joyce.
Yes. All right, old business. Town hall, Trooper Barracks. George.
All quiet, nothing going on, no big repairs or anything. Water department, same thing, all kind of quiet month. Water's still flowing in the pipes. That's about it.
Gentlemen, any thoughts, questions? Thanks, George. Highway.
Well, I was gonna ask the board to allocate money. What's happening, we've got small repairs that have to be done to the roads. And 3 bids is a ridiculous thing to do when you got about $300 to get the work done on a road. Nobody wants to give a bid out. So, at one time, 20 years ago, when I started here, I had a $20,000 retainer that I could have work done without getting the 3 bids for small stuff, which was, they did away with that. And why they did it was the county was gonna do it. Take care of all these little things for us. So, my problem was, I wanted to make sure that we could get these little jobs done, like this little you take Little Run now, there's a big dip in the road. And it's a matter of getting a blacktop in there, probably about $200. And there's no way for me to go out. You get somebody, you get 3 bids on for $200, you don't wanna do it, you know what I'm saying? So what happened is finally, I made a few phone calls, I got a hold of Joe Ryan, and I explained the situation to him. And he said that he would do the best he can for us. He's got over 300 miles of road to take care of. And he's been working with us, and I appreciate it. And we just sent him a form in writing on what I wanted done. And he said that he would put it on his agenda and try to do it for us, which is good. So this corrects that problem that thought I was gonna have. But I had to get his word on it before the year comes where I had problems with the roads, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So that's okay. Then I also talked to Joe about Parker's Corners Road, and I called Todd up and Bob, and we're gonna work together. We go there, and I got a print of what was gonna do it. I wanna get it more accurate. And Joe Ryan said that what's happening there is, it's got to do with the county and the state. And they don't have the money. They don't wanna put the money up to do what we wanna do. It's a very small job, but it's a matter of getting at it. So I also called the state up, and I didn't get a call back yet from him. Wayne is supposed to call me back. When he does, I'll put the two together and try to see what I can work out. Have them work together on us getting this thing done. We've been working at this for about 3 years and getting nowhere. And Joe Ryan said, oh, we did work on it. I said, yeah, you planted grass, which was okay. And now you got a hairpin turn, which I mentioned at the last meeting. So we gotta stay with it, and I'll continue. And I might have to get, if it has to go further, maybe we can get legislation involved. Get some help in this thing done before somebody gets killed there, you know? So that's about it. We should have, the county is gonna be not charging us too much money this year because we didn't have that much snow, which is good. And Joe mentioned it also, you know?
Yep.
So that'll be a few more dollars we'll have to work with. So that's about it. Outside of that, everything's fine.
So, the retainer idea is pretty intriguing. I'd like to, sit with you or in the board or whoever and talk about that. I mean, a 20K retainer, we might not be able to solve all the problems at Parker's Corner. We might be able to make an adjustment to the turn, then plus maybe do some other work. So I would be open to doing some talking about that. I mean, right? You could almost make it a part of the 284 agreement, it's just using it in a little bit of a different term, right?
And I mean, I can see on the back of, right through Nick's papers, if you're gonna blunt off that ramp up on Parker's Corner, I think that's a great idea. That will solve.
I want to get it more accurate. And I'll go there with Bob and Todd with a ruler and we'll measure it, you know?
Will we have land right problems with that?
Joe said that the people own land coming down
Yeah.
on that corner. But it doesn't go that far to the edge of the corner. So
But if you just bend that down and put a stop sign there.
it doesn't have to be a 90-degree angle, they just have to be an offset.
Right. So that they
Just so
can't,
that- yeah,
right,
just so they can't zoom and have a stop sign coming down.
yep,
You don't need anything going up, it's just a matter of have to slow down to make the corner,
that's right.
which would solve the problem.
Yes, sir. That will,
And like Joe Ryan said, he said, why don't you get the state police there? I said, well, we did that last year. And he claims that, well, he put a few signs up for him, I thanked him for it. And he said that most of the traffic that's going through there like that is, they do it every day, and it's local, going from Different Church Road to Gilliland Avenue, getting on 20. It's the same people going through there, and they're doing the same thing every day. He said, so the state police being there might help, you know? but I think we tried that, and I don't know what happened, I didn't get any results. So, that's about it. Now, another thing with it was, they said they didn't have the money to do it, and they were wondering who was gonna pay to do that whole thing. It's only a small project. It's not that much involved. It's a matter of just digging up about 30 foot of gravel, putting, bank run in there and putting, blacktop on it, put stuff in it. So, maybe Mike, you could get involved with it after we get all this paperwork squared away and help these people out, Because I was up there watching it, and their driveway, it's impossible for them to back out of their driveway, because you can't see anyone coming up the hill, all of a sudden they're on top of you.
Yeah.
So, that's about it.
No, I like it, so if it's okay, we can, I'll give you a shout, we can meet this week or something, or
You want mine?
I'll give you a call, and we can meet, sorry.
Okay, okay. Very good.
Yeah, I like the idea of the retainer,
Okay.
and then, picking spots as well, where we need improvement.
Okay, very
So,
good.
just for clarification, both the roads there, Gifford Church and Parker's Corner, county roads, right? State and county.
So, right now, coming down Parker's Corner, you've got a sharp, take a right.
Right, I'm just saying, we can't go spend funds to change the geometry of that at all. We'd have to work with, I guess, the state and county, for that project specifically. We can go there with recommendations, get them on board with what we're doing, but they're gonna be the ones that are gonna have to fund the project and do the project.
The 20K for these spot repairs around the township, is that the retainer?
That's what you're talking about, right? We do stuff on our town roads, the 4 miles-ish or whatever we have in town roads, that you're looking for, the ability to have flexibility to fix those couple things that are a couple $100 here and a couple $100 there.
Yeah, it'd be nice, yeah. I'll get back to you on, when the state, when, Elaine called me from the state. I've worked with him before on Route 7. We got a water problem, and we worked together for about a week, myself and him, and when he called me, I think he'll help us out. So, I want some advice from him on exactly how to go about this, because it involves the county and the state. Okay? Thank you.
One more thought, again, I'll probably give you a call maybe Thursday or so, I met today, and I have to change the subject with the county stuff about the Hayden property, so that's all going to be starting to come into play, so I'd like your advice when we start bringing this team together, just from a highway perspective. I mean, we're already talking with George and everything, so I just want to make sure that your advice and thoughts are included in the decision-making process.
Thank you.
Good job, Nick.
Thanks, Nick. Yeah. Do you want me to do it? So code enforcement, I guess I'll speak for Dan. Dan's on vacation, so hope he can join himself. The only thing I can think of right off the bat is, springtime's coming, construction and home projects are starting, so don't forget you guys need permits. So that's the only thought I had on, there's a property on Quackenbush that appears to be abandoned. I'm working with Dan and, so hopefully when Dan gets back, we'll be able to go in and try to clean up that property. And the last, that's it for code enforcement, unless you got something there. PCO?
but it's been relatively quiet. We had 2 lost dogs that were reported during the month. They were both recovered, which is good news. I did recover 1 stray dog, which was donated to Animal Protective Foundation. And I think, Carol, you just got a seizure report from them yesterday or today, possibly. Is that something from the dog seizure report? System communications?
That's yours.
Oh, okay.
Not, I didn't,
Oh,
I
they haven't
issued
issued it,
it.
they haven't sent that back to us yet. Last time they knew that the dog was sort of stressed, and they waited a couple extra days before they took her in to have her adopted out. But she has not been claimed yet. I put an ad in the paper, looked around to see if we could figure out who she belonged to, but and then I made a bunch of phone calls for the wait for licenses. A lot of friends. Found out a lot of people don't have phones anymore, so I've been making some personal appearances around town. And there's some, people up yet. And I think that's about it.
Everything's okay with APF and
Oh, everything's fine,
it's been quiet in favor?
thankfully.
Is
And the
there-
dog?
Are you gonna do an enumeration this year?
For-
Dog enumeration? That's, wasn't it gonna be this year that you?
We were gonna talk about it, we haven't talked about it in about 6-8 months. But,
Yeah.
it's just going around door to door, looking to see who's got what. See what dogs are possibly not registered, see which ones are expired. Going door to door for all the town residents. And it's done periodically in towns, but I don't know regular frequency of it. But it's something that was recommended that we do at some point in the near future.
Do you go with Dan Marciniak, so?
No, but I know his number.
Just in case he sees anything?
They did it in Bern this year, and they did the mailings first, and then went from there so that they didn't have to do every house.
All right. Thanks, Darrell, sorry. I'd like to go over new business first, and then we have a report we'd like to review. Here we go. Final public comments. So new business, general funds claim.
I should probably talk about these claims before you do that, see what you guys want to do. There's 3 claims that didn't get processed under general funds, and the one is for Amy Goodrich for services provided whenever the last provided service. But the town board had not hired her, so you have to hire someone by resolution in order to set up the payment mechanism. So I think on here it is that you are going to hire, they could hire retroactive pay, yeah. And then this could be paid by a resolution so that a check can go out tomorrow, and then it will be on April's vouchers. So you'll see it again on April's vouchers, but it will already be paid. So that's one that got held out. But you can take care of it if you want to tonight. There's another one that's an omnibus bill that is work that was done for Tim Bishop. And Tim Bishop was hired as the web administrator, but this is for services that aren't the web administrator. So there's a question, where do you take that out of? This person wasn't hired for this work. Do you take it out of town hall miscellaneous, and then, I don't know what you do. But it's a chain of looking at bills and making sure that things are paid that can be paid, or paid in the right process, so that, you know, the comptroller is not upset with the way things go. So I don't know what you want to do. Do you want to look at it, or?
Yeah, we can share it, just so everybody understands what happened is apparently some files were deleted off the servers. So Honest recovered them.
Yeah,
So it brings into a lot more, into question, a few more things. I'm okay to sidebar it for now, and figure out, I guess again, the bigger question is why those files are deleted, what was the purpose, what's the paper trail there? And at the end of the day, you know, maybe that's where the funds should be paid from.
yeah, whatever the line is.
Mhm.
But then there's also a read-only admin account set up with permission on shared folders, which, you know, we just want to make sure it's not shared folders with departments, and we don't know.
Mhm.
No one knows. So these are just things over and above a web administrator. So
Okay.
that's that. And the only other one is the Omnibus bill I talked about, I'm sorry, the White and Osterman bill that I talked to you about, December, when Mike came in. Services were rendered to Mike before he became supervisor, so we didn't know what to do with that. So I called the controller's office, and the controller asked if it was within the contract, and it's not. Was there an authorizing resolution, which there was not. But it's not outside the realm of possibility that services are rendered prior to someone taking office. So it's, you know,
And
that's
what
not
it was.
crazy.
It was within the context of, it's probably all within the last 2 weeks of December, just before the
Yeah.
transition occurred.
What they said was, what you should do is look at it, was it for the good of the town, or was it for the good of the person? So they used an example. The town is in a big lawsuit, and on January 2nd, the town board and the supervisor has to make a huge decision, you're gonna sue or you're not, whatever. But if it's